How's it going, guys? That's failed. I love it in failure test today. Otherwise, I'm gonna be showing you the final world of the New Super Mario Plus behind the scenes series, I guess. Uh, yeah, we've got the final world, which is World 8, which is a Koopa layer. This is one of those places where it's like, or I mean, not one of those, one of those like worlds where I made it 12 levels instead of 8 levels, and I just thought that was not necessarily like something I wanted to do, but at the same time, it's like, there's a lot of level ideas I had for World 8, and I was thought, okay, but what if I just make it 4 more levels long? But because of that, this might be a kind of long video, so let's go straight into it. So 8-1 is very much inspired from 8-1 in New Survivors Week, considering that it's an auto-scroll level, and this beginning layout is actually kind of similar in a way, with like those two levels. Of course, not without the meteorite spawning. So this little thing here is actually just like a little platform, which is like with a slope. Now the way this is done, if you are wondering, it's literally just having the lava level be slightly higher up. Normally this is the lava level, but if you have it one higher up, and then you have two slopes that kind of go in that angle, it'll make this little, it's like where you have like around 2 tiles of length. It's like not quite exactly, but that is how that works. Now you can just about see, now there is also a 30 coin up here, which you're supposed to get with this POW block. Assuming, you know, that doesn't happen. Because that is something that can actually happen. And I put it on top of a cloud just so that you can easily hit it and you don't have to, like, ground pound or something. And I might have just died here. Yep. it's whatever. Anyways, what have we got? We've got, some note blocks. This is more of a, like, a, hey, it's an auto-scroller, a pretty slow-moving auto-scroller. Here are some coins to distract you or pass the time. This is supposed to be like a lava geyser, but it doesn't quite work. I think the way I would have had to do this is had like, okay, no, what I would have had to do is had to like have like a couple going down and then a couple going like that, and then like I think or no, I don't know. It would be it would be something like this. Or, I don't know. But you kind of get the idea on how this was supposed to, like, be done. I don't even think this would have worked now that I think about it, because of how level terrain works, like how it loads. It's gonna load up into something really weird. Yeah, no, it would have not loaded correctly. But this was supposed to be a lava, guys, if you're wondering. Anyways, you've got some just basic platforming. And then we have the checkpoint here. The spring is obviously in the ground so that you can't pick it up, although I feel like it's a little bit harder to bounce off of it compared to if it was just a note block. Because if it was just a note block, like you could kind of bounce on it pretty easily, and then obviously get above. Although I don't think the note block actually gives you as much height compared to the spring. I'm not quite sure on this though. Yeah, like, you don't make it compared to with a, spring. Where... Yeah, that's weird to know that a note block doesn't actually give you enough height compared to a spring. So that's actually really interesting. That's something I don't quite remember. Anyways, star coin, pretty easy, you could just grab it like that. Or, if you're daring, you could also just kind of go... Well, the camera didn't let me, but you get the whole idea. You're supposed to use the camera... Or not the camera, you're supposed to, do a wall jump. That's also an option you can do. And then it's basically just, hey, platforming until you get to the sub-area. Which I forgot you can't, do this. Okay. Alright, and then, here, there's a hidden 1-up if you want it for, you know, any reason you do want it. Some Buzzy Beetles, although that one's kind of, like, you know, unimportant. Honestly, I think for doing this, I think, like, for at least showing you the level, it's probably easier if I just go like this. So, this is supposed to be one of those that's, like, things where it's like, I kind of wish the camera would just, like, stop scrolling. Okay, actually, I'm gonna have to put the auto-scroll back on. But, whoops. if the camera was like this, I kind of wish the camera would stop scrolling, because then it kind of gives an obvious hint, being like, oh wait, there might be something up here. But if it didn't stop and like it only continued scrolling when you got up here, then it would have been kind of more obvious, like, hey, there's a star coin right here, and it leads you down here. But they do end up leading to the exact same place. Now, because there's no flagpoles and castles, because there's no lava theme, that's the main reason why I had to use the castle. And there's no flagpoles. So what I did was I ended up making this little thing to signify that this was just a level and not like a random castle that I kind of accidentally put in. But yeah, that was 8-1. 5 minutes to talk about one level. I hope I can get that done at a faster rate, because that would be an hour if that was the case. Oh, this level! Okay, so this is one of the first levels where I actually incorporated these little moving up and down platforms, which sink into the lava, but they bounce up like this. I like this, because, I don't know, it's just like, it's just such a basic but very fun, like, gameplay mechanic. Although I will say, they're not the best, you kind of have to load them in correctly. And also, I specifically made it so that, the platform wouldn't, they would be off-centered. So that's why it's kind of a little bit off-centered. Anyways, here's a moving platform that's just kind of, the way it's done is that there's just a lift, but there's cannons there. This is just so that there's like just like a solid moving platform, which is something that there's weirdly missing in Mario Maker. There's not like just a solid, not like a semi-solid, but just like a solid moving platform. It's one of those weird things that I don't quite understand. Anyways, up there was the star coin. You can obviously, if you have enough speed, you can get it from here. Or you can, what I like to do sometimes is just throw a shell. Anyways, you got some fun little platforming, just make your way across, and we got a checkpoint that's kind of, I feel like, kind of jerkish in a way. Because it's like, it can kind of be easy to fall off, also looks off-center, but trust me, it's not, it's just how it is supposed to be. If it was off, like, if you wanted it to really be centered, it would look like that. Oh. I didn't think they wouldn't put me a little thing. It would look like that, but then that's just much more harder to land on, so, yeah. Anyways, she's got some lava bubbles, platforming, and oh, this section, okay. Okay, so this is just supposed to be, like, hey, there's P-switch, uh-oh. Okay, I actually did it. Now, the way that I like to do this is not like that. No. But, the way I usually like to do it is I like to hit the switch as the platform is falling, because you have to do a pretty precise jump here, because if you don't have enough speed, you're not gonna be able to make it up here. And, that side has a fake star coin, this side is the real star coin. Now, I wasn't really able to show it off because the camera doesn't really let you, but you're probably gonna have the platforms be a little bit off sync. Not like this, but yeah. And you wanna have enough speed. That was not enough speed. There we go. That's usually how I like to do it. Okay. Now this Koopa lets you get into this question block, which is actually a propeller mushroom, although I think you can also just do this. Oh no, you can't! Wow, that is a great game design, me. So you have to use the shell, otherwise you won't be able to get it. I don't know what this is supposed to be. This is just supposed to be a random fire contraption, I guess. It spawns lava bubbles. I don't know. Anyways, let's move on. I think the rest of this level is kind of more just like, you know, more platforming. I mean, admittedly, that's what this level is, but I just like this concept of having these moving hubs. Although this one is kind of hard to land on since it doesn't even stay up for that long. There we go. Oh! Okay, well anyways, you kind of just do this platforming for a little bit. Now this is where we encounter a situation here. Do you go the top path or the bottom path? Preferably you want to go to the top path, because the top path leads you to a star coin. Like that. And then you won't be able to go down like that. Okay. And then there's the exit right there. So, pretty basic, but I don't know why, I just like this level. It's just having that, having it themed around those moving platforms that bounce up and down. It's actually nice. And I try to make it more friendly and not like the ones in, like, New Super Mario Bros. Wii, where, like, sometimes they're just, like, 1x2 tiles. Anyways, this is actually the tower. So, yeah, there's 2 levels, and then there's a tower. So, that shows you just, like, how different this world is. So, this tower is gonna be kind of interesting. First of all, we have a kind of interesting like place to get some like your mushrooms and stuff, although it doesn't really matter too much. Anyways, this, I mean, like how any tower is, you just want to be climbing up, but this one is kind of just, hey, what can I get around with? Also, this like slope wall here is kind of bad because you can get hit by that and it kills all your momentum, so try not to let that happen. Also, this dark coin is kind of weird to get. You have to go at it from the perfect angle, which could sometimes be a bit tricky, because you want to land inside to get the star coin. Now here is just a random moving platform. Now this is one of those you have to hit the switch, but you also want to hit the switch again because you want the switch to be red. Now that was the original idea, was to kind of go up here, but then I was like, okay, well that's a bit too hard and also a bit weird to think about in a way. So the way that I like to do it is you just hit the switch when it's right there. Preferably be, oh god, don't get hit by a bullet bill as you try to do this. And then you can go, whoops, then you can go inside here. Now this is just a... Oh wait, this is not a star coin, actually. No, that's just a bonus. So having a swinging claw like that, and in the shape of like, I guess like a less than symbol, yeah, you get access to this. Now this is essentially a roulette block. I've already shown this before, but you hit the block and it will be random. So that one has a mushroom, but it could also contain a fire flower, I think. Yeah, fire flower, if you're already big. You may ignore that little bit on the side. Alright, anyways. But yeah, that isn't the only thing it can give you, though. It can also give you a 1-up, if I get the right RNG here. I will eventually get the right RNG. It's kind of annoying to get the RNG, because in this game, it's like you kind of... I actually managed to make it land inside the swinging claw. Come on, there you go. Then it will actually also give you a propeller mushroom. Now, one, like, flaw with this is that you can actually, if you're good enough at the game, you can actually kind of, like, try to... I think it's possible to actually hit that note block by just like, jumping at that angle with enough speed. But, like, it's much harder. I mean, it's kind of easier to do it on this side, I feel like. But, okay, I'm not getting... You kind of get the idea, though. Basically, what I would have needed to done to prevent that from happening is doing this. And all of a sudden, like, now you can't hit it all. You have to hit that. There you go. But yeah, that was, That is that little roulette block that's just kind of it's just there, it exists, and you climb up. We have, coins. Surprisingly, I don't use coins that much in my, in these sets of levels. I don't know why. I guess I just don't. Okay, so this is kind of interesting here. So, you'll actually notice that these vines are at different elevations. And I don't know why I did that. I think I was either just an error on my part. I think it was probably an error. But getting inside here is, not that easy. Because jumping from that angle just barely doesn't work on this side. I think it will work on this side. But you do have to be a little bit careful you don't accidentally overshoot the jump, because it's very easy to just do that. So, that's why I mean, it's like, it's not the easiest to get inside here. Well, I actually just did it without even trying. like the first time I was trying to show it off, so... I think the best way that I found to do it was to wall jump, like on this side of the wall, and just hope that you get the correct angle. It's hard. I mean, I specifically made it like that, but I didn't think it would be that hard. Anyways, you got some more platforming up above. Then we got fences. Oh, hello. Oh, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this now. So, here's a sneaky little power-up, because I found that it's pretty easy to accidentally lose your fire flower. Where's my mushroom? There it is. But yeah. Anyways, you need a fire flower for the last dark coin. I was like, okay, well, let me just add an opportunity to get a fire flower in case you miss it. Or in case you take damage, because it's a bit punishing to just be like, oh, I suddenly need a fire flower and I don't have one. But fun fact, in the original design of this level, this literally was a dev power-up. And I can't even argue against it, because it's like, I don't even know why I did this. That was where the original place for the fire flower was. It was right there. It was like right there, and I was like, okay, let's actually make it a bit more clear that it exists. So that's why I hit it down, like, in that little... I already outlined it, that's a better way to put it. There's a 1-up, more of these little platforming. Oh well, that almost did not end very well. And 1 leap of faith, and we're there. I don't really like this leap of faith, but I kind of have it, so whoops. Oh well, anyways, that's the tower, and that one took me a little bit longer to explain. I want to get through this really fast, because I don't want to take too long just explaining all these levels. Anyways, 8-3 is up next. Now this one is just, it's just a level. It's just like, we went back from, like, you know, a tower to, we're back to just a normal lava level. Now, as you can see from up here, there is actually a red coin, or a red coin. Yeah, or there's red coins. In here, yep, that happens. That's an accidental thing I added. Or not that I added, but that's just an accidental, like, trap that you can accidentally, like, fall in. Is that the Koopa will make the seesaw actually make it almost to the point where you'll die. And then I have a spike that's unkillable. Basically unkillable. And he will throw spike balls up. Now, I don't know, this maybe it's just supposed to represent, like, a new enemy, but that's kind of what my thinking was. Anyways, there's a red coin. Or red coins, I guess. And, only this one is actually kind of hard. Like that. Oh wow, I actually avoided it. I didn't think I could do that. And then obviously we've got the usual, like, this is how you do the red ring. This is how I like to do it. Now obviously, you know, you can always just go in the same room to get all of them, but at least that's good effort into making sure that you can't get them again. Although I think it is possible to get crushed there, so don't let that happen. Now there's a spike here, but I don't think it's possible to kill. Yeah, no, it's impossible to kill, but I can still throw their spike balls. Oh! Maybe you can kill it. I guess their hitbox doesn't quite extend correctly. But yeah, anyways. This is the sub-area. And, it's kind of hard to notice, but yeah, the lava does rise. It does rise, so you need to be quick here. So you might think, okay, let's go up. And I was like, oh wait, that's a star coin. You can do that. Or, if you already have the foresight, you can also just kind of grab one of these springs, place it here, and grab the star coin like that. That is an option that you can do. Here's just a burner platform, I guess. You kind of just gonna do some basic, you know, a basic platforming, except not do that, because that could end very badly. There you go. Have all the speed you need, and then you want to jump up here, which is a bit tricky, but you can. Now to get up here, you don't want to do this because you'll end up just hitting your head. Oh wow, I actually didn't. Never mind. But the point is that if you do have it like that, you will end up hitting your head, and you will barely make it. So you kind of want to have it at the perfect angle to make your way through. But yeah, let's not fall down though. Alright, oh yeah, and getting in here is actually a bit tough, because you have to let the seesaw go in the right angle. And then you've got some more platforming, and that's the end of the level. I mean, I will say that World 8, I try to make them long enough, but sometimes they really aren't. Oh well. Okay. Oh, okay, here's something kind of interesting. So we go from 1 to 2 levels before a tower, then 1 level, and then all of a sudden, we have 8-Bowser. Now, this is gonna be interesting. So, the point is that this, is actually supposed to be very similar to newer Super Mario Bros. Wii, where there's, like, a fake-out ending. And I don't know if, I don't know if this is based on that, like, this layout, but I definitely know that, that's why it's 8-Bowser, and, like, there's still so many levels to World 8. Now, this star coin is honestly pretty annoying. You have to jump at just the perfect time, just so that you can, make your way there. Or, so that you can grab the star coin and stuff. But anyways, you've also got this, which is very similar to what the Koopa in 8-3. It's pretty easy to just kind of accidentally die by this Goom Brat because it tilts the seesaw in a bad position. So, yeah. That's a bit of an issue. And then we got Spike, the burner platforms, and then we come right over here. We got the checkpoint. Get the star coin by doing this. And then there's just your classic power-up, which is just go like that. Now we got these sinking platforms, which I, like, never use again. That almost did not end very well. But whatever. Anyways, we want to go down. We want to go deeper. That's kind of the whole idea. Now, here's a little hidden one-up. I'm not sure if I showed off in the playthrough. But there's a one-up right there. And the idea is that, like, okay, well, there's this semi-solid, which I just realized doesn't actually even go down to the ground. That's a weird thing. Anyways, the point is that there's this pillar here, and it doesn't go quite up, but if you do try to jump there... Look, one up, there you go. Anyways, these coins are there to lead you, so with this... This is actually one of the few times where I actually don't put coins inside the bullet bill, because that's kind of part of the challenge. You want to make sure that you avoid the paratroopers. Sorry. Okay, now we have a snake block, which is like, it's cool. But, like, you could also just go like, wee, and then you could just skip the entire thing, so... Very much like an afterthought. Now, you do need a mushroom to get past here. So, yeah, that's a star coin that you do need. But then this leads us into this room. Now, this room is actually kind of interesting, because, the hidden power-up is actually here, as you probably saw from the level editor. Let me just why it's here, because, like, there's two pipes right here. But there's, like, a little gap in the middle. That's the whole idea. And, oh, great, Bowser is already about to attack us, isn't he? So here's Bowser. Here's a... Now, this is kind of one of those that's like, hey, hello. First of all, I was playing the boss battle theme and not the final boss battle theme. So the whole idea for this is you just want to avoid Bowser's attacks. That's all you need to do. Because there is a POW block. Now, it can actually crush him, but you can also just... Oh, whoops. Oh, come on. But, yeah, you want to make sure that you get the POW block. I feel like what I should have done is, instead of having it like that, I should have had the POW block go that way. So that it was mostly towards the player, because this is the safest spot to be at.
Here we go.
But yeah, you just, again, want to avoid Bowser. Or if you do have a Fire Flower, you can also just kill him, normally. Now the cannons are here just to make them a little, to make this area much harder to survive, instead of you just having to dodge fire. And Bowser jumping! I didn't mean to jump myself, but you can get the idea. Now, the way this works is that it goes on a long little pathway until it goes, into there. But, something I mentioned earlier, this is supposed to be a fake-out ending. Meaning it's not actually, supposed to be a real ending, or anything. Because there's still way more to Chapter 8? No, to World 8. Hence why, when you go through here, you see a cage, but it's empty. There's nothing in here. And this question mark is supposed to be there, like, signifying that your character is confused. Like, where is Peach? That's what this is supposed to be. I never really quite explained it. I mean, I guess in my video, I did edit in, I think, like, a confusion sound effect from... But I don't know how much clarification that was. Now, this is where things gets interesting. This is 8-4. Unlike all, like, the other auto-scrollers, this one is, I feel like, more interesting. First of all, it's using custom scroll, but you'll see that in a little bit. First of all, we're gonna go inside this pipe. And all of a sudden, we're on a train. We're on a moving train. So, we gotta have to, like, hop around. Now, obviously, there's the star coin there. But the whole idea is you want to be very careful, because there's rocky wrenches, there's dry bones, and, and you essentially want to go over here. Now, notice that the time limit was, 2 minutes. Or, like, I don't know if it was 2 minutes, but it was a very specific time. That's because, that's intentional. That is very intentional. Also, I think this is one of the levels that doesn't have a a checkpoint, and that's just because of how the time works in Mario Maker. Now you want to be a little bit careful with these bubble bombs, but you can also just, you know, get up there. That's the start coin. Boom. And then now you just gotta do some classic waiting. Now, I hope I actually don't die, because it's kind of annoying if that happens. Because something I want to reveal. Okay, so you essentially go through this. Now, obviously this is Hammer Road. That's a little bit hard to dodge. But that's just because, you know, he can kind of hit you from multiple different angles. Like, he can hit you from there, and all of a sudden you're not safe. So that's a bit of an issue. Now, there's also a very cryptic propeller mushroom as a hidden block there, and I honestly don't agree with that at all. But, you know, it exists, so hey, I guess. You have a tilting mushroom platform, then you have this, where if you stay on it for too long, it will sink you into the lava, so preferably don't let that happen. Okay, oh no, there is a checkpoint! That's actually kind of a bad thing, in a way. But, you know what? That's fine, I guess. I'll keep the propeller mushroom. Alright, well, anyways, once you go down in this pipe, you'll be at this section of the level. Preferably if you did it with enough time. Yeah. If timed correctly, you'll notice the auto-scroller starts to speed up a little bit. That's just because, now because we're getting to... Again, like... now because we're getting closer to the end of the level, the auto-scroller does speed up quite a bit. Now, I did try to make it a little bit fair for the star coin, so if you accidentally miss it, like, you still have a little bit of chance, to get it. I think I did show off a clip of me getting that star coin to it just barely enough time to spare. Uh-oh. Oh, just barely! As you can see, it starts to speed up, then it's going at a pretty weird pace, I'll say that. But once you get towards here, you're basically at the end of the level. Just try not to land on anything. And also, this bullet bill chases you for the entire level if you do it correctly. But yeah, but you're probably wondering how the auto-scroll does look, so let's go to the start. First of all, when you go into the pipe, it doesn't really matter because it's gonna start here, but you go down the pipe. When you exit the pipe, it's gonna go... The camera gets set like this, and it's gonna go here. This is where it starts to go a little bit faster, but only a little bit because it needs to slow down so that you actually have enough time to react. But then it starts to go here. This is when it starts to get pretty fast. But this is when it gets really fast. You have a really straight line. You're here where it slows down a little bit, so you're given enough time to get this star coin. But then it kind of stays at a constant, you know, speed. Then you go really fast, slow, then fast, and then it stays at that towards the very end. And the whole idea of that is just because, like, it's also from newer Wii, where it's like, as a time limit, it's getting closer to running out, the auto-scroll goes much faster. And it kind of makes sense, because, like, the time is, like, encouraging you to make sure you speed up, but it's an auto-scroller. This level, I think this is one of the more, like, filler levels, so it's just like, oh, it just exists to really do much of anything. I couldn't really think of much. Remember, I was trying to finish this in, like, December of 2020, I think, and, I couldn't really think of much for everything. Okay, so, yeah, here what you want to do is you want to, hit the on-off switch, and you want to go up here. Now, there's actually some coins and a 1-up, so that's cool. It's just... Then we got, some conveyor belts. You want to go up here. That's a mushroom, although I'm pretty sure that's actually a propeller mushroom if I didn't get hit earlier. Yes, it is. And here's something interesting. Okay, so notice how there's a piranha plant right here with this weird pipe setup. So notice how it spits at us. Well, if we go inside this pipe, you can actually see that the piranha plant gets its fire from these burners. Like, it essentially... That's what I try to make this look like. I try to make it look like, oh, hey, look, it's getting its fire from these burners. And it's also kind of hard start going to get. Not really. And also, this setup is just kind of, oh, hello kind of moments. I mean, I could have done something like this, but I think it would have just fallen off. Yeah. So, that's why I had to do that. I guess what I could have also done is have him, like, higher up. But I don't know, would it have had enough speed to jump up there? Yeah, no, it would not have. So you kind of get the idea, like, I had to make it a weird setup so it would constantly floop around like that. Or flip, I don't know what does he floop around? I don't know. Anyways, I've got, this little P-switch that infinitely respawns since it's required to get through this section, although I'll admit that jump is kind of hard. Now, what you want to do is you want to jump up there if you want to get some extra coins, but you want to be a little bit careful, because, yeah, that could happen, so definitely be a little bit careful. Now, these P-blocks are here because if you do have this P-switch on, if I can get the P-switch to activate, there you go. Oh, I didn't remove the... Okay, that's a bit dumb. If these were, for example, gone... oh, whoops. Okay. Well, what ended up happening is that if you try to hit this roulette block while the P-switch is on, it wouldn't do anything. I will admit, you will get soft lock. So, do not jump in here if you're small. That was a bit of a big, like, issue that happened. So, all I really needed to do, funny enough, was to do that. You would hit it, but then you wouldn't be able to do it. Oh! Yeah, this is the one where I was talking about, where it's actually very easy to kind of accidentally hit this. Hit the block. Because I can go like this. Oh, what? Okay, well, I got the wrong one. But anyways, you can get a mushroom / fire flower from this one. Oh no, you're guaranteed to get a fire flower, never mind. And then this one, oh, that one's a mushroom and a propeller block. Or propeller block? Propeller mushroom. Whoa, okay. Then we got some spinning fire bars that are, you know, just some obstacles to dodge. Not really anything special going on. Some cannons, and then you move on to the sub-area. Now here's a very annoying star coin in my opinion. And also this jump that's like impossible to get up. But anyways, star coin. You have to leave these bullet bills up here. And you probably wouldn't even see it if it weren't for, like, you even jumping up here in the first place and maybe even jumping afterwards. You'd probably barely get a glimpse of it. But you essentially have to run from there to make that jump. I feel like that was wrong? I mean, I guess you could do it, like, a double jump or something with enough speed. Or, alternatively, oh no, you can make that jump, but just with, again, with barely enough speed. Alternatively, you can also go like this. So, that's an option. We got Monty Moles, we got that enemy that I made up. We got mushrooms that have the rolling things. Now we got the swamp room. We want to run straight forward. And that's about it. Oh yeah, here's like a random clip where I was actually able to like somehow make it through the section without dying when I was doing the thing. Not like that, but you get the whole idea. I also did it as small Luigi. Anyway, just more platforming. Oh, okay, this star coin. This is a star coin that I couldn't really think of much. I couldn't really think of for the final star coin. So the way you want to do it is you want to wait for the bubble bomb to spawn. You want to do this, and then just grab the bubble bomb like this. And then you can get the star coin. Though, if the bubble bomb does explode near the coin, it will make the coin fall. So definitely be careful, because it can, like, despawn once it, like, falls on the ground and is affected by gravity. But, yeah. That was 8- was it 8-5, I think? Yeah, 8-5. I couldn't really think of anything. This is more of a filler level. Now this is 8-Tower 2. So I think 8-5... Or no, not 8-5. 5-Tower is the one that has rising lava. This one also has rising lava. So, you know, you gotta be quick. You gotta have to be really, really quick here. Well, it's just a bunch of basic platforming. Now, if you are very quick, you can actually make it so that you grab the star coin, and the lava won't kill you. It gets scaringly close, but it won't. And most of the times, if you're good enough at the game, you're probably just gonna outspeed the lava pretty quickly. Like here I am, I'm like way ahead of it now. Okay. Anyways, oh no. But yeah, anyways, you get the point. You get the point. So this is just kind of like a, hey, let's see if I can make like a weird rotating, moving thing with all these seesaws. Didn't really work out. Also ignore the thing on the left, or the right of screen even. Okay. you got some platforming, some fairly basic platforming, and then you got these. And this is actually one of the times where I feel like I utilize as much as the maker as I can. I try to make sure that I filled up this entire thing so you actually climb up for quite a bit of time. Even then, sometimes that isn't even enough. So you're climbing way up, and because the lava is getting you, although because I'm in the maker editor, like, you don't really notice the lava. But yeah, anyways, you can go up here, and you got this. Now, there is actually a star coin. If you go like this, then we want to go inside the store. The way inside the store, essentially, puts you right back and even with the lava, as if the lava was even, like, close to catching you. But the power up of the level is the acorn mushroom, something I, like, never use, because it was added, like, between making, like, World 4, and, yeah, it didn't really end very well. This is when I was just like, hey, having infinitely respawn P-switch, and, you want to make your way across. Back with the bouncy cloud. Well, I don't think you can make that jump. You actually have to wall jump. That's a kind of bad game design. Here's a hammer brother that's just there to annoy you. You want to wall jump. There's a fire piranha plant that's probably never gonna, like, be much of a nuisance. A thwomp that you have to avoid. Jump up here. And then, here's another climbing phase. And that's basically, like, you know, you're climbing. Oh yeah, that's a weird thing. Now, the way this works is because all items okay, so all items on tracks will permanently stay loaded, and all items on tracks will also, stay loaded. Now, with the way this works, there's not really a good way to, like, be like, hey, let's add this thing here. Because, now, I think there is a way I can do that, but it's like, I have to remove that, and then... Oh, no, I can't! Because, yeah, this thing is in the way. So what I would have to do, move it down, go like this, go like that, remove that, and go like that. But apparently, apparently when I was making this level, I didn't think about doing that. So then, as you went up here, it would all line up with the platform, instead of one of the Bill Blasters just somehow falling. That's what I would have had to do. Also, you can't crush, so don't get crushed. You got this, climb up. You have sideways moving thwomps. And then there's a kind of annoying hidden vine that leads to a star coin. At least it's marked with an arrow, but still. It's kind of annoying. But then we actually have a boss fight. I mean, last tower didn't have a boss fight, so what is the boss fight for this one? Well, it'd be kind of boring to do Boom Boom over and over and over again, so... let's have a Kamek battle, how about that? First of all, you have to get close to him to, like, actually make him do this, so this is kind of annoying. Okay. And you want to jump at the perfect time, but not like that. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna make this boo come over here. But you kind of get the idea. You want to... since, this Magic Koopa likes to teleport all around, you gotta hope that, you know, it's in a position that you can grab it. Oh! Or you can let that happen. So, it has wings, meaning it takes 2 hits to die. And with the spike on top, it'll make it so that it'll take, another hit to die. However... okay, well, not... okay, well, if you do have, I'll just give myself, like, a scroll suit, I guess. If you do have, like... if you are good enough, you can also just go like that. And that defeats the boss instantly. And that's not even, like, a problem with how this is made. That's just kind of, like, how the thing is. Especially since I put the spike on there. If the spike was not there, then I'm pretty sure, like, it would have almost guaranteed the fact that you would have to take 2 hits. Because what would have ended up happening would be like, hey, all of a sudden I have to go like that, but like, I might not get lucky. Like, you kind of have to get pretty lucky to make sure that it takes more than 1 hit to take down. But yeah, like, this entire thing is all, except for the edges, are all just there. I feel like what I should have done is I should have had, like, a platform there, just so that, like, if you were stuck here, if there was no hard blocks, you could at least make the jumps across. But yeah, that's all you really need to do. But, yeah. that's the Kamek battle. It's cool. I feel like I could have done better though. Like, especially with like that weird oversight. Although it's not really like an oversight with the thing I couldn't have controlled, because like that was just kind of, you know, that's just a part of Mario Maker. Anyways, here's a chain shop level. I don't know what I was thinking of. I think this is another like filler level that I was like, okay, I mean, it's like I couldn't really think of a concept, so it's like, let's just spam chain shops. How about that? And I mean, I guess it works, but I mean, it's not that interesting. All right. Well, anyways, you can. There's a bunch of skewers and stuff. Here's another paratrooper that goes side by side. You want to jump on there, and there you go. That's how you get the start point that's on top of the skewer. Now here we have this abomination that just has a bunch of chain chomps there. You got a bunch of cheeps. This isn't really much. It's just kind of like, hey, obstacles. This is the final level. Here are a bunch of obstacles that you have to do. Not really much thought. It's just kind of like, okay, let's just spam not spam enemies, but like put some enemies in different locations. And there you go. This is a coin arrow that points you specifically up there to say, hey, there's a hidden vine up here, and you need to grab the. You need to land on the spring and get a good angle. You can go up here. There's a spike you want to avoid. There's also a sledge bro that can't jump because it's on top of the little, Now, I put the spike top on there so that it's kind of hard to kill him, although I'm pretty sure it is still possible to kill him if you get the right angle. I'm actually curious now. Is it possible to kill this spike? Or this sledge bro? If you do a well-timed ground pound, I guess. And you're willing to use one of your things. Oh yeah, don't slide down. The arrow, I guess what I should have done is I should have made the arrow go like that. So that what I could have done was be like, oh, okay, I need to go down this way. And then there you go. So you wouldn't just fall directly in the lava if you do decide to slide down. So, because yeah, don't slide down. Anyways, bombs. Now take note of this for a very specific level. As you get your propeller mushroom, and then you can just do some more classic platforming. Except not really, because now there's a Lakitu involved, which can be kind of annoying enemies. But you can also take the cloud, which does wonders for whatever you want to do. There's also a nice, you know, have some bonus coins. Then we can go up here. This I'm pretty sure is just a 1-up, from what I can remember. Oh whoa! Aw, come on. Oh, I don't think you can make that jump just to do a wall jump. I was trying to see if I can. Anyways, there's a 1-up there. Not really anything special. I kind of recommend that you do actually end up keeping your cloud, because it does make the section way less tedious. But if you do keep your propeller mushroom, you can also just kind of do that. You don't even need the propeller mushroom, actually. Okay, now you want to let this sideways swamp ruin everything. The only problem is that there's this blooper that kind of is annoying to deal with. Now there's a Spiny, and if we go over here, there's a Wiggler, which we're not going to harm, because Wigglers are wonderful creatures. Anyways, here we have a pipe that spawns stars. Oh, I actually missed. Actually, you can also do this if you want to get rid of the chain chomp that badly. So the whole idea is that there's a bunch of munchers, and you want to make sure that you use the star. Now you want to be a little bit careful, because it's very slippery with the munchers. Also, can you go on the... No, you can't touch the side of munchers. You can in New Super Mario Bros. Wii, but not in this game. But yeah, that's a little concept that's kind of also in newer Wii, like the stars, and you have to get past a bunch of munchers. In fact, it's actually one of like the final levels you play in that game, because it's like on the bonus world even. There's some random Pokies that I don't know why exist, but they do. And that's that level. Another kind of like filler level. This one, however, I think, yeah, no, this one is not a filler level, and I actually like this level quite a bit. That's because it's actually based on a little concept that's also a newer Wii, but I like that concept. Here we go. If you stay here, lava is going to kill you. So do not let that happen. You're going to go straight down the pipe. Also notice that this level does not have that much time left. That is intentional. What you want to do is you want to go up here, you also want to avoid this spike. And then you want to go up here. Doesn't really matter which path you go, you just kind of want to make your way through. And then you're gonna have to do some stalling, as you can see, there's a track here, but we don't know what's coming. So, you're gonna have to do some waiting. With the bill blasters, which can be sometimes be annoying. Now, if you want to get the star coin, you want to go like this. Now, if you do end up missing your platform, do not stand here, because the lava will eventually, like, rise before the platform can actually reach. So you want to stand on here, and then... Oh, no, I didn't time it correctly, but, like, usually it'll make it so that the platform will just barely be able to catch you forward. Anyways, the timer, at the beginning of the level, is there to add stakes to this level. I could have made it so that you only had 100 seconds, but I just thought that, you know, let it play out like a pretty normal level, then all of a sudden, oh, whoa, we have to outbeat the lava. Okay, let's keep going. And then, like, once you get over here, it's like, oh, we don't have that much time left. Now, another way you can also get the star coin, I think, not by doing that, but if you don't want to, like, wait, because there is actually a way you can make it so that you don't have to wait for the seesaw platform. You can just, if you jump early enough and do a wall jump, you can go back, onto the seesaw. But yeah, now you want to go and hit this V-switch, because there's some platforming that you have to do, and you want to do some very fast platforming, because again, the lava does not wait for you. You will keep going. Now here are a bunch of springs. Now, you do actually want to take one up, because there is a secret here. That you can only really get if you have a spring, because if trying to jump from here is just impossible. There is no way you're making that, and you can't... Actually, you could just barely make a wall jump there, so you don't really need the spring, but the spring makes it so much easier. Anyways, you gotta do some wall jumps, and very well-timed wall jumps and everything. And then we've got this. So this is also another section where the lava does rise, so you want to be quick here. Now, there is a star coin that you need to get, which is perfect timing. You essentially just have to rush through the entire level. And there you go. So, the idea is that you're essentially in... Like, the lava is just permanently rising up. Now, it can't get you, I think, up here. Like, once you land on this platform, you're home free. I think that's kind of how it is. I think, is it? Okay, yeah, this is at level 2. But if it was at level 3, my goodness, would this go pretty fast. Yeah, look how fast that goes. I don't want it to be that stressful. And I'm pretty sure it's level 2 on the other one. But yeah, I just like this level because it's just such an... It's just like, oh my goodness, you have to go really fast, and I think it's well designed in my opinion. Here is the final castle. But it's not the final level, and there's a reason why. Despite something... Or despite of something that I was able to probably hide in editing. Anyways, we've got some classic tough jumps, but then you see there's a star coin, but the way that you want to get it is you want to use the bill blasters, assuming I actually held to jump there, but I did not. Now doing this might seem a bit intimidating, but you can actually just kind of go like that. Oh, whoops, no, not like that, but like ground pound the first one, cancel, and then grab it. That's how I like to do it, but obviously not necessary. You got some fun platforming, morpa bombs. Oh, whoops. Oh well. Anyways, there's a coin block here, a multi-coin block, but here's something a little bit interesting. There's actually a hidden one-up block there. Trying to make it look a bit weird, so like, hey, there's a little bit of suspiciousness. Would it be at the one-up there? Now we got some platforms. Then we got a hammer chomp. A kind of hard to dodge hammer chomp, because it's moving platform, and then is also just in a... You got this kind of wide gap and everything. Anyways, let's go up here. And then here we've got a checkpoint. So, and there's a whole bunch of coins. So this is actually a little bit interesting. This is one of the few towers where I'm or one of the few levels where I'm actually letting you choose between two different powers. You can either go with the acorn mushroom or the propeller mushroom. Does not matter which one you do. Whichever one is suited for you. Now the way I do that is just this one will always be a mushroom, and then this one will be a status-dependent power-up or a status-dependent power-up. So that's how that works. And there's a reason why I don't let you choose the fire flower. Well, and also we'll get into that later. So we have these ice blocks, so you want to be a little bit careful. That Fuzzy Beetle just kind of falls off the edge. You want to avoid the swamp. Now this is where it gets kind of cryptic, because it's like, it's kind of hard to see exactly where the Koopas are, so very easy to accidentally lose your power up here. Got coins. And then we've got all the Koopalings again! And you're very likely not going to be able to kill, Roy. But you want to just run fast. This is also Kamek and Bowser Jr. and even Boom Boom there, you just saw. Okay, so I ran through everything, but let's just show you exactly what this is. So this is Superstar. You start with Lemmy, who I feel like it's kind of weird to have the first one, because he can accidentally, bonk you with his, with the balls that he sends out, his, bouncy balls. Then we have Larry, we have Roy, we have Iggy up here, then we have Morton, Wendy, and, Ludwig. They're all there to just cause, mayhem. They're like, hey, Mario's coming, we need to fight him. Oh, wait, there's a Superstar. So, yeah. There's a random spike here. I don't know why I put the spike here, it's just so random. Then we have Boom Boom, Bowser Jr., and, Kamek. Now, one weird problem is that, yeah, Bowser Jr. just kind of kills Kamek. So, that's a bit of an issue. Oh, wow, that's funny. The spike ball killed, or hurt Boom Boom. And Bowser Jr. will follow you until you hit him. So, definitely be a little bit careful. Anyways, we've got some icicles. We've got this random Pokey segment that's just kind of existing. Oh, whoa. Oh, hello. Okay, yeah. There's also the Mecha Koopa Tower. So, you want to be a little bit careful of him. Or them. Aw, that was... I got stuck in a really bad spot. It's okay. And also have I think that's the final star coin up there. Okay. And then we've got... this room. We've got the skull and crossbones. We've also... or not the skull and crossbones, just the skull. There's a fire coming out. There's we've got these little decorations that took a while to set up because it's always so random. You got a mushroom. And a propeller mushroom. But this is another case of that's the propeller mushroom. That's the acorn mushroom. So choose whichever one you want. And the main reason why is because of the boss fight. There's a Goomba that's awaiting our preference, and... here's Bowser with the correct music, and I didn't mean to get hit by the first Goomba, but... the way you wanted to beat this Bowser, or the way I specifically mean it, is that you're going to be using Koopas. But, granted that he doesn't jump over you. If you're on the left side, I would say it's half GG, because it's so hard to battle when this is right here, meaning they're gonna be battling on this side. This is actually a pretty hard boss fight, and that's because you can only hit him with shells. Hence why I never give you a fire flower, because it kind of ruins the whole immersion. So the whole idea is that you want to hit him with shells. Now I give you two Koopas, so 2 different opportunities that you can. Now, there's many different ways you can do this. You just gotta hope that you can... now, this fire bar there, unintentionally, it does actually push him, or push Bowser. I kind of wish it didn't do that. I kind of wish it was just a case of, you know, let's make him go over this way. But then I don't think the fire bar would even go far enough. Yeah, it just barely wouldn't. But I feel like I could have easily changed that, you know? Because the fact that it pushes him is actually kind of a bad thing. Because it's kind of annoying. Yeah, you gotta be very careful if you're on this side, because it's the Koopas come at you at a much harder to dodge rate than when they're on this side. I think it takes I can't remember how many shells. I think it takes 20 or something shells. It's not that many. Or actually, it might be 10. Yeah, it might have been 10. But yeah, it doesn't take that many shells to take him out. But the main reason why I don't give you a fire flower is because you can kind of just cheese this boss fight otherwise. And I want you to use shells. But... yeah, that's the end of the level. Technically. So... the whole point of this is supposed to be a little cutscene showing that Bowser and Kamek are still here, and Kamek are trying to power up Bowser. Now, half the times, this doesn't work out very well. Sometimes it'll work out. Sometimes it'll work out, sometimes it won't. It kind of depends on if you get lucky enough RNG. But yeah, that is 8-, the final castle. But, I've got another level. And that's because if we actually go back to this level... although you probably already know. Yeah, I used up the entire thing. The entire, level. And I'm pretty sure even in the sub-area, too. Meaning, if I wanted to build, like, an epic boss battle, I would have had to make, like, an entire separate level. That's what I did here. The second fight. I don't know why I named it the second fight. But, yeah. You also are only given 4 minutes and 30 seconds. This is the same situation if you get to pick whichever of the flight powers, because it'd be kinda... Because this boss fight is supposed to be special. You're not supposed to use a fire flower. We go down the pipe. And we have Bowser. He's huge, and he's on a moving rail. So, the way this is supposed to work is that he's just on a moving rail, and you're supposed to throw bob-bombs at him to damage him. Now, he's on a set path, obviously. And I just thought this would be a really cool idea. Now, to save you from actually losing, there will be mushrooms that will occasionally fly in. Or not that it'll... Not like... This isn't random, it's, you know... Now, my general recommendation for this is always have Bowser aim up, because it's easier to go underneath it than it is to go above it. Now, I don't remember how many times you have to hit Bowser with a bomb, but I don't think it's that many. But yeah. You essentially want to keep hitting Bowser with fire. But yeah, you just want to keep doing this. Now, there's platforms, obviously, and you gotta wait for Bowser. It's kind of just like a, hey, you know, this is a special battle. This is actually based on Super Mario Bros. Run, if you can believe it or not, where you have to launch bombs at Bowser. That's where I got the inspiration for this boss fight. But because it's a limited amount of space that you can for Mario Maker, the best way I could have done it was, like, have it so he stops at a very specific part. But one thing I do not like at all about Super Mario Maker 2, you can't put enemies with keys on tracks. It's so annoying. So, in order to make this, like, boss fight actually, like, function, there's not really a good way to do that, because you could actually just go like this, and completely skip the rest. But obviously that's kinda, you know, anticlimactic. So yeah, you want to just make sure that you keep throwing the bombs in this direction. Sometimes it'll explode on him, sometimes they won't, but the general idea is that you want to do this. Now, I have it at yellow pipe, so it spawns them a little bit faster, meaning it could be a little bit easier to get the bombs in. But yeah, there you go. That's what you're supposed to do. And that's it. And that's basically the entirety of this boss fight. Now, if you want to see, like, the bomb placements and the mushroom placements, here they are. It's kind of just like, hey, you know, these are positioned in pretty randomish locations that, you know, you have anytime. And, that's basically it. That's the entirety of World 8, and the entirety of the behind-the-scenes of New Super Mario Bros. I don't know why this exists. But yeah, also, this is... I can't make print-to-speech kind of moment, so this is what I was able to come up with. I couldn't think of anything. And the Peach switch is here just to signify the fact that you're releasing Peach. But there you go. That is the entirety of World 8, and basically the entire thing of this little series that I did. Honestly, I did not expect this to take an hour, but I also expected that much when every level is taking 5 minutes. And this was 12 levels instead of 8 levels, but geez. But we're not quite done. We're not quite done. As I have the World 8 ending that I want to show you. So this is a little, like, a thing where you're kind of going back through all the levels. And when you hold right, you can see we got the burners, we got the moving platforms, we got the lava bubbles, we got those moving rolling hills, the skewers, those bullet bills, that abomination of chain chomps, the spike that can kill you, that is a big mistake on my part, the munchers at different lengths, and that's basically all that you probably want to remember, or not remember. Not including the boss fight, because that's not really what this is all about. And let's show you WorldBot. So what we're going to do is we're going to go... Notice how World 5 is actually... Or World 5. World 8 is actually 3 different worlds, and that's actually for a very specific reason. So here we have you know... like normal levels, obviously, where you want to just go through, you can kind of see it like this. Just, hey, look, we can't repeat those two levels, and oh right, we have to do that tower. And by the way, this world map layout is actually very similar to newer Super Mario Bros. Wii. That's what I kind of base it off of, because you go through a pipe and then you go up here. But in newer Wii, it's actually a normal level, or I mean, it's a like you go inside the castle. Now it's kind of unfortunate with how this has to be laid out, because I would have loved it if like I could have done this instead. Let's remove this stuff. Because, yeah, you can't put it up here because it's 2 tiles long. But I wish I could have done that, but... long story short, that just wasn't possible. Oh well, anyways, you go through all of that, but then you go into this. Again, inspired by newer Super Mario Bros. Wii, even. We have to now worry about, going through these sections. So you kind of go through most of these levels. Now, these levels are pretty not, you know, normal or anything. There's 8-5, and there's, you know... Then we also got this, one-up house, and then you go up here. But, once you actually complete the entire world... Yeah, the levels are in the exact same position, it's the exact same layout. Because I ran out of levels. There's 8-7. There's, 8-Final Castle. And then we've got, the second fight. There. I feel like what I should have done is I should have actually put, like, the castle there, but I just didn't, so whoops. But yeah. That means that should be completely everything in New Super Mario Bros. Plus, like the behind the scenes, apart from one thing, and that's this. This thing took, way longer than I would have liked to make. First of all, as we move forward, we have these Lagatues that will actually throw us coins. Now, this whole section, if you're wondering, is supposed to be about, hey, let's, get to clear, a bunch of coins. Now, depending on your RNG, you can get, I mean, a good chunk of coins. Then this is here to, now the conveyor belts are actually there to, like, help slow down time. And also let you actually pick up the coins. Because you want to pick up all the coins. That's the whole idea. And this Muncher and these Bob-Ombs are supposed to represent, like, fireworks. So that's essentially the idea. And this is actually supposed to be Peach's castle. It's kind of hard to tell, but, like, if you zoom out, there you go. This is supposed to be the castle. This is supposed to be little flags. This is supposed to be little Peach's castle sign. I'm not the best at making, so obviously this wasn't the best. This is actually, I think I did base this on someone else's design, but I tried to make it look like sort of unique, and I don't think that really worked out the best, is what I'm trying to say. But hey, at least there's this. But now that I think about it, I think that is truly everything. Including all of these levels that I've talked about in a greater form or whatnot. Now, if you are wanting to play these levels, you can always use my Maker ID, so that's, you know, what I uploaded them all on. Let's go over here. Oh wait, no, I have to go to overview first, and then like this, so yeah. See my Maker ID right there, so if you want to play any of these levels, you can do so here. I actually ordered it from like this so that it was actually the correct way. Or I don't know, maybe you want to check out my other levels that I made that aren't New Super Mario Bros. Plus related. I don't generally recommend you check them out because they're just kind of random levels I just made for no reason. But who knows? But yeah, I am going to end this video here. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you another time. You let an 8-ball fall. Goodbye!